2 injured after unknown device explodes in Russian city of Belgorod. According to preliminary data, a drone crashed on a road in the Russian city of Belgorod. An explosion of an unknown device occurred. 2 people were injured, said Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov. There are 2 victims. A man suspected of having a concussion is being taken by an ambulance team to hospital. No, 2 in the city, while a second man with slight bruises has refused hospitalization. A car has been damaged, Gladkov wrote on his YouTube channel. Telegram. Operational services and an investigation team are working on site, and the circumstances of the incident are being investigated, he added. For his part, the mayor of the city, Valentin Demidov, stated that the drone exploded near a Rosneft gas station, presumably not far above the ground, and added that no explosive devices were found at the drone impact site. Today, June 1, a new attempt by the Kiev regime to carry out a terrorist act against the civilian population in the Shebekino district of the Belgorod region was thwarted, according to the Russian Ministry of Defense. One more news. Russia foils Ukrainian attack on Belgorod region, over 30 terrorists killed. Mode. An apparent attempt by Ukrainian militants to reprise last month's raid on Russia's Belgorod region has been foiled by the timely intervention of Russia's military and border security forces. Early on June 1, units of the Russian Armed Forces and the Border Guard, as well as other elements of Russia's Federal Security Service, FSB, the agency in charge of Russia's border security, have repelled 3 attempts by Ukrainian forces to invade Russia's territory near the town of Shebekino. This morning, the Russian armed forces thwarted a new attempt by the Kiev regime to carry out a terrorist act against the civilian population of the city of Shebekino, Belgorod region, the Russian Ministry of Defense said in a statement issued today. According to the statement, Ukraine mustered 2 infantry companies supported by tanks for this attack. Thanks to brave actions of Russian servicemen, 3 attacks by Ukrainian terrorist groups were repelled, the ministry said, adding that combat aircraft belonging to the forces of Russia's Western Military District have conducted 11 strikes on the enemy targets. As a result of the active actions of the units covering the state border of the Western Military District and the FSB of Russia, the terrorist formations of the Kiev regime, having suffered significant losses, were driven back. Violations of the state border were not allowed, the ministry said. During the fighting, Ukrainian forces lost 30 terrorists, 4 armored fighting vehicles, Grad Mel's combat vehicle, 1 pickup truck, according to the estimates provided by Moscow. Prior to the attack, Ukraine carried out rocket artillery strikes against Shebekino, damaging residential buildings and causing injuries among civilians. Last month, a small contingent of Ukrainian militants outfitted with Western military hardware launched a raid into Russia's Belgorod region. The group's attempts to sow terror among the civilians ended in failure due to a swift response by the Russian armed forces, who promptly crushed the Ukrainian raiders, killing 70 and forcing the rest to flee back to Ukraine. One more news. Ukrainian forces fire at Shebekino in Belgorod region from Grad rocket launchers. The Ukrainian forces fired at Russian town Shebekino from Grad rocket launchers, Belgorod region Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov said on Thursday, adding that an administration building was partly destroyed. The dormitory building is on fire from a direct hit by shells, and there is destruction in the administration building. There is no light in the city. All information will be updated, Gladkov wrote on his Telegram channel, adding that the armed forces of Ukraine fired at Shebekino with Grad shells. The governor also denied reports about fatalities following a shelling of a bus in Shebekino, adding that it was empty. The town of Shebekino and the Belgorod region in general have been suffering from regular attacks by Ukrainian armed forces lately.